What is y'all, your social media platform artist and the host of the great YouTube channel? I'm your host, your one and the only Dr. Do here, everyone. How are we on the awesome Wednesday right here? You guys finally missed me right here, y'all, after 2 weeks, no, like little live stream late and stuff. Well, guess what? I'm here now, y'all, and now we're going to be doing some, you know what? Fortnite, everybody! Are you all ready right here? I'm glad you guys have been being patient for a while, y'all, and y'all are excited for some Fortnite with your one and only pal, Dr. Do here, everybody. So, y'all ready? Y'all know the drill. 10 rounds of Fortnite until we get a dub on this awesome game right here, y'all. So, without further ado, oh yeah, my new skin right here, y'all. Look at that new skin right here, okay? That's pretty cool. Get the party started, y'all. Yes, that's right. Hey, Dark Horse, how you been? Bill Quill, how you been, y'all? Everybody here? Enjoy? I got y'all. I waited for a long time for this one. So I was a little late on Fortnite last week because I had to help my parents on movie stuff. Yeah, I'm waiting for y'all are waiting for Sunday football right there, y'all. Super Bowl. I can't wait for that game right here, y'all. And also, do you like do better in a can or a bottle? Me, a bottle. I like them. It depends on what. It depends on what is better for me. All right, y'all. Anyway, Sunday, y'all. Football. I can't wait for the Super Bowl right here, y'all. Oh yeah, remember everyone. Okay, this Super Bowl, whoever wins the Super Bowl between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, all right, whoever wins, a new character will be added to our on our channel right here, y'all. Who you think gonna be, y'all? Who you think guy gonna be? New England Patriots do or Seattle Seahawks do? That is a good one right here, y'all. One of these guys will be part of the channel, okay, y'all? And whoever wins will be part of the channel, okay, y'all? So be sure to get ready for one of them winning right there, y'all, right? Probably Pat do. That depends on who in that advantage right here. But I heard that Drake May it unquestionable right now, y'all. That why I heard that why I hear on the NFL news. I don't know if he going to be participating this or not. Okay, that depends on how good he is right now. Okay, so first round Fortnite. Let's get the party started. Ah, we got that. How we kick it off? That's good. Okay, yeah. Take that out. AR short rifle. Good. That's what we need. Oh, even better, y'all. Look at that AR assault rifle. That game, that good. That's what we got. Sup, loser 7676. How you been? Y'all having a good day too, man. All right. We got good guns so far, y'all. All right. That's how we kick off a good day right here. Kick off a first round. What? Oh. All right. Get some of these. Alright, let's get down right here, y'all, alright? We need to loot some stuff before we get get going. All right, y'all. I always need to get prepared for attack. All right. Oh yeah, good news. Oh yeah, good news. I managed to collect all the South Park quests right there, y'all. Hey, thank you. It's Prime Time 2010. Thank you so much. I'm still I'm a solo man. I had to play solo because I'm a solo. I'm a wolf, lone wolf, y'all. The lone wolf always fight alone. Wait. Oh. Princess Bubblegum. How dare you? You dare mess with me? Hold on. Like that. Alright. Princess Bubblegum is the first person to be eliminated by me. What skin are you walking today? Are you... This one is a... I don't know. That will give me an advantage. Like, not only make you rush for gold, but also... Come along, my friend. We're getting out of here. How cool how cool would it be if there was a Dr. Zeus skin? Well, very cool. It will be the awesome one right here. What the heck? Look, I found. What this? Holy crap, what is that? Yeah, look at this. You guys see what I'm seeing? What is that? Okay, I've never seen this one before, y'all. Are you guys want to see what inside of there? Yeah, I really want Fortnite. Okay. What the heck? Huh? Is that Davy Jones' chest? It looked like a Davy Jones chest, y'all. Why would there be a Davy Jones chest right there, y'all? I never seen that chest before, y'all. Like, it got a lot. Yeah, I sent a message to Fortnite that always been supporting them on their channel for a really long time right there, y'all. I just hope they see the message, including Mountain Dew, because I've been supporting Mountain Dew since I was like 5 or 6 years old. I've been drinking Mountain Dew for a really long time, you know. And look, and check me out, I'm still alive. Oh, sorry. You mad dog the Super Bowl and for Mountain Dew. Yeah, a Super Bowl Mountain Dew ad. I would like to be in that ad so freaking badly. I want to be in a Mountain Dew ad so badly that I'll tell everybody this is the one right here, y'all. This stuff will make you do the do right there, right? Ugh. I just hope either Fortnite or Mountain Dew see my message and ask me to be in their. Huh. That's for the little pickle dude right there, y'all. Thank you, Bill Quill. Thank you for that. Ah. I went to work today at 11, but I worked 30 minutes and they let me go back home because. Gee, these. Wow, everybody was like on my butt today. Pick on some of your own side, guys. You guys should have been more prepared. What the heck? Wow, everybody was on my butt today. No, they asked me to come because they waited for one of their workers to come. One of our workers, like, were a little late and stuff. They had me fill in for her until she comes to work. All right, this is my off day today, man. My only off day so far. Oh crap. Maybe this is better because I don't like that gun really. I don't really like that other shotgun. 10 player remain, y'all. 10 player. Huh. I guess we going to win that first round after all. I don't want to end the game with just one win. I think I should. If I do win one round in the first round, I'll probably go play some other games right there. Alright, y'all. Like, you guys want me to play another thing of Fortnite after this one, y'all? That'd be good. Ah. Oh, good, good, good. We got something good to use, alright? What the heck happened to my character? Did he just die automatically? Yeah, yeah, I did. In order to make sure I fill in somebody for now. That was close. Too close, y'all. Am I right? What kind of snacks and drink should I get for Super Bowl? But I say that. Hold on. That was close. Ha ha! Did that? That's it. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. Oh, everybody was like over my one guy right there, one guy right there. Oh my, wow, that guy had to be a professional right there. Come on. Oh, thank you so much, man. Only already. Hold on. I don't like. I don't get why you had to. Okay. All right. Round two, y'all. Round two. I wish they could bring back the hammer again because that hammer was legitimately good right there, y'all. Really. Oh yeah, for snack, I'd say for snack like a Pringles, Pringles and Mountain Dew right there because Pringles rock really. Pringles are the one right there. That's my favorite snack to eat right there, man. Really. Yeah, either original or sour cream, y'all. Sour cream or original. They are the dope, the best flavors, right there. All right, second round. Ouch! Well, that guy, he didn't think what he about to do. Really, that sucked for him. He just lost his life. Thank God it wasn't him. That guy died as well. Gee, everybody losing their life because they fall. They should have been more careful. Alright. Oh well. Good loot right there, y'all. Taking their loot. Man, everybody is not looking where. Oh, wait. Sorry, little dude. You gotta look above before you attack right there, man. Tragic. Looking good. So far, so good. Oh yeah, there was a new trailer for Michael Jackson that came out a couple of days ago. I want to see that new Michael Jackson biographic movie so freaking bad. Like seeing how he rise from a middle class, poor class family to becoming one of the most sensational and one of the most iconic musicians of all time. Oh my gosh! And his nephew play him. He going to make a good He's gonna be a perfect person to play him. Like, oh my god, I want to see this so freaking badly. Like, this story will be amazing. Like, the best biographical movie of 2026. I bet it's going to make $1 billion in the box office. Really, nobody can resist the king of pop right there. And his, oh, blue checks. I wonder how. I wonder why they were like break up in following the event right there, y'all. Hey Kai, how you been? You doing good, man? All right. Wait. This guy had brought this. He going to have it here, over here in the gas station. I bet this guy. Oh, wait. I think I see him. Oh, dude, why? Why out all places? Why does it have to be that gas station, man? No way, over there. Of course, this guy going to do it. He going to make this happen, chicken broth. Yeah, it was disgusting. All right, y'all. It was not worth it. Not worth it, but I handled it like a pro. What the heck? I got every single person all over my meme right now. Ah, Christmas tree. Oh, come on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right? If I had a second tree, I would have moved somewhere else. Round 3, y'all. Hey, Mark. Like I said, the broth was a crazy one, yeah. But it didn't make me puke, alright, y'all? Like I said, I got iron stomach. Round freaking 3. Oh my god, everybody. Doing great, Maria. Marie Sings, how you been? Thank you, Bill. Alright. Off to my favorite spot to go. Right here, y'all. Anytime, man, alright? When did you start streaming in general? Me start streaming in general, but back in 2021. I started streaming back in 2021. Like when after starting becoming Doctor Do itself, y'all. Starting to be called Doctor Do. It was like 2 months after I go by the name Doctor Do right here, y'all. Like the first live stream was on Facebook, but not that successful. So I decided to do YouTube live stream a year later on, like a month later on YouTube live with on Fortnite. All right. My first live stream was Call of Duty Vanguard, and I didn't like Vanguard at all. Vanguard was awful, y'all. The most inaccurate Call of Duty game I ever. One of the least inaccurate World War II games. Really, it was so awful to me to see this game. To play this story. The storyline was, but like, even though it had the cinematic scenes are much longer than the mission itself, y'all. I didn't like that. And also, the story itself didn't do. Didn't do at promise. I wasn't getting the same vibes like other Call of Duty games at all. It could have done a little bit, could have done better. You know, it could have been more accurate. But however, one of the characters. Will you like custom art your channel? I guess between. Hold on. Vanguard is considered my second favorite. Wow. That sucked for that guy too. I wish Vanguard could have done a lot better, but however, it did give me the same vibes that like Call of Duty World at War. You know, some of the historical things happened was too rushed because one of them is the African campaign. You know, the North African campaign. You know, that Battle El Amay. I don't get why that activist Sledgehammers really screw up his historical scenes. Like, for example, like they could have made a story where it could have put like Italians in there, like the Battle of El Almay. a North African campaign that happened back in 1940s, right there. I didn't like how some of the weapons were not supposed to be in it, All right, some of the weapons were not accurate. All right, what I mean accurate, I mean inaccurate. For example, like Lee Enfield, the Lee Enfield #4 that with Britain used in World War II. Instead of having around a 10 magazine, you got 10 rounds. You got 5 rounds instead of 10, with that some bolt action rifles, Car 98, Arisaka rifle, the Springfield. I mean, most of the bolt action rifles have 5 rounds, but why you give a Lee Enfield? Why a Lee Enfield? Why you reload a Enfield #4 only 5 rounds, huh? It's supposed to have 10 rounds, not 5. And also, I saw somebody said, grab the RPG in that scene. Why would a German have an RPG? Literally, no German is supposed to have RPG. The RPG were supposed to be invented by the Soviets in 1960 during the Cold War. Not before Cold War at all, not before. Another historical inaccuracy right there, y'all. That is why they should have been more careful, should have read more World War II books. Y'all, they didn't even add the Italians. Alright? Why didn't even add the Italians in the World War II at all? Like, why? The Italian play another crucial role of fighting in the World War II. You added Japanese, but however, you only got 2 mentions right there. Hold on. You only got 2 factions in World War II. Alright? On the enemy side. Japanese and Germans. But not Italian? Come on, guys. I'm getting sick of them not adding the other faction in World War II games. It's kind of stupid. To me, it's stupid. And also, they need to work on it. They should have worked on it more. I'm taking your gun. I'm taking her gun. Oh yeah, World War II. You guys want me to talk about World War II? Sure thing. First thing first, the Germans and the Japanese had made a big mistake, To me, the Germans and the Japanese in 1941 had made a big, huge mistake of forming 2 factions. Alright? Because at first they were doing good in World War II against the Allies, like Britain, France, China. At first they were doing really fine, but then around between June 1941 and December 1941, between June and December, they made a mistake. All right, they made a bad mistake, which forever going to haunt them for the rest of the war. You know what that be? Germany invasion of the Soviet Union and the Japanese bombing of Pearl Harbor. Why was that guy jumping in? like the bombing of Pearl Harbor and the German invasion of the Soviets. Those two, those two out, those two things they did was a big mistake. Oh, come on! On the other side. Like literally, it was a dumb mistake that Germany and Japan, alright? They thought they got. They thought they got the advantage. Like they thought they planned it well at first because they thought that the Germans thought that the Soviets are too weak to win against them. But however, thanks to the Soviets having a lot of resources such like oil, gas, and other material that the Soviet can produce in World War II. And then you got the Japan. They thought that. Yeah, I know, right? I talked about to say about Japan, all right? Israel wasn't created yet, all right? Israel was created in 1948, 3 years after World War II, all right? There's no Israel yet. Know your history, man. And then Japan bombing of Pearl Harbor was what kind of a failure because they failed to hit the oil fields in Pearl Harbor, and they failed to bomb the aircraft carrier because the aircraft carriers and they failed to bomb the oil and aircraft carrier because the aircraft carrier at that time were in the Atlantic. All right, it was at the Atlantic. But however, since they didn't find no bomb or no aircraft carrier, they underestimated the United States and also miscalculated the plan to attack America because they bombed Pearl Harbor before they declared war. I mean, all right, they failed to declare war on the United States. All right, instead they attacked America without declaring war. All right, that was another failure thing to do. Failed to calculate the plan. Where is it? Ah. I see it. I see the marker right there, y'all. Okay, we gotta go ahead and walk. Yeah. Germany didn't like nobody. Like, literally, Germany doesn't like anybody. Okay, now I know where this guy is now. I know there's somebody right there. I'm trying to lure him out right now. Hey, what the heck? Get out of the hole, man. Of course, this guy. Of course, a freaking Halo character. Only had to be a freaking Halo character. Really. He was trying to create a worldwide Iranian bloodline. He didn't like anybody that wasn't. Ugh. Yeah, you can say that, but tell that to the Japanese too, you know, alright? Japan tried to create a superior Japanese race too, but neither of them want to agree who should be a better race, the Japanese or the Germans. Round 4. If Germany and Japan would have won World War II, alright y'all, who do you think would win? Japan or Germany? That's the question right here, y'all. That is the big question right here. We got Japan and Germany fighting over see who are superior, right? I mean, like, take out America, for example. Like, I mean, imagine, like, you know that movie called, you know that show called The Man in the High Castle? Yeah, I saw that show. I mean, like, gee, if U.S., in German, if the Axis power would... Israel wasn't existed yet. They were created in 1948, dude, alright? Know your history. Anyway. So anyway, if Japan and Germany will have went to war against each other in... Dude. 1948 they were created, alright? It wasn't a sovereign nation yet. Alright? I know my history, alright? Germany would have defeated Japan? Yeah, I can say that, but however, it depends on who had the stronger will. You see, Japan had this thing for, you see, Japan had a strict code, like the samurais, a samurai code to fight till the last man standing, alright, y'all? And Japan refused to surrender instead of refuse to surrender at all. It said you guys know what happened when. Okay, dude, really. Like literally, Japan had this thing, a code. If you surrender, that's dishonorable, alright? And that code will forever continue. You need to understand that, alright? Japan. Will you guys remember in the stories about? No, it's just that Japan would never. Japan never going to surrender. That's why Germany had. If Germany would have. Germany knows that Japan never surrendered at all because of the strict code right there. Oh, sweet. Awesome, I got the golden legendary AR Fortune right here, y'all, okay? So, anyways. Y'all, the Italians? I don't think the Italian would exist would have never win the war anyway, too. Like, when it comes to the Italians, they will lose instantly. But, alright, y'all? Because the Italians... I'm part Italian on my mom's side right here, y'all. I'm part Italian on my mom's side of the family. Alright, y'all. And I can tell you, the Italians are not as strong when it comes to battle. Alright? if we add the Italians in the category, see which three countries wins, Italy, Japan, and Germany. Italy will lose first, y'all. Alright, the Italian will lose first, and then I would say Germany will win the conflict. Actually, alright, you're right. Germany will have won the conflict against Japan, with not by number, not by willingness, but however, the it's the technology that Germany made. You know, Germany had the advantage when it comes to like, oh, what the heck? What the heck this guy coming from? I never seen him. That was unexpected right there, y'all. I got a little distracted and I managed to win against him. And also, speaking of the Italians, it sucked to be an Italian in World War II actually, because I can't do that. I can't do that. It's in my blood, man. What the heck, dude? You can't change your genetics, alright? You can't. Maybe I should do this first and then. The Italians suck at fighting, really. I'm going to say no offense, but the Italian army wasn't prepared and wasn't ready for combat at all, because they don't have the technology that they have against the Allied powers at all. And also Mussolini, oh my goodness, I hate that guy. Mussolini is a disappointment to the Italian people. Alright? He was a disappointment since the day he came to power. You can say that. If Italy would have invaded Israel, then Italy wouldn't win at all. Because they got weapons and tanks that are so obsolete, alright? Yeah, that's true. Italy would have been absorbed by the German army, alright? The Italians were so bad at their combat. They had guns that are obsolete, like 1898 bolt-action rifles, such as the Kokano rifles. They got tanks that are like so weak they break down and explode if they ever go past like hundreds of miles right there. They were so bad at fighting either, because their officers, the German officers, are so bad at commanding their legions, alright? You don't like Italian people, huh? I'm offended. The officer in the German in the Italian army are not that great at being leading forces. All right, that's why we always ask for the Germans' help right there in battle. I mean, Italy would have been more prepared before the war started. They would have done a little better job. But however, it's inedible for Italy to win World War II at all. And also, how you guys notice? I just started noticing. Oh. I do have a Twitch account, y'all. I do have a Twitch account, but however, I was looking for my mic for my headphones. I was planning on doing Twitch and live streaming YouTube, but I lost my mic in my room for live stream. All right, y'all. Maybe next time, okay? Well, speaking of Germany, have you guys noticed that Germany haven't always had this same problem over and over again in World War One and Two. You know, Germany have been always been trying to face the same have been facing the same problem. You know, I just found out that in both beginning of World War Two and World War One. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Don Williger. That's exactly right. Another anyway, I noticed that in the beginning of both World War, Germany seemed to have the more advantage than the and like at first Germany was having the advantage against the Ally in the first. Okay, okay, dude. Okay, that's it. That's it for you. You are going to be in timeout, man. All right. Well, have fun. Yeah, that'd be a great day. I just had to kick out a person out of the gang out of the live stream because he just called me something that would remind me of a German dictator right there. That made me mad right there. So anyway, in both beginning of World War One and Two, Germany had the what effort doing better than ever, like taking making sure that France and Britain are put down, and also putting through their line such that going to the Ardennes forest or going around the Ardennes line such as evading Belgium. I mean seriously, Germany had to thank for Belgium. Like literally. Like multiple times in both World War, Germany always evade Belgium all the time in both war, even though Belgium was supposed to be a neutral nation. But however, Germany always had to thing for Belgium because they would give them the advantage to attack the enemy without being noticed. All right. But also, I noticed something else about that because have you guys noticed that? Oh wow. Y'all don't notice something else about that, right? Jeez. You guys saw that? That guy almost got me. Huh. Look at me. So, anyways, I know that both the Germans in both World War One and World War Two, they always had at first they got the advantage against the Allied power, but however, by around 1914 to 1950, they stopped, and also in 1939 to 1941, they both were halted. You guys know that? Notice that? Because the German army always been halting by the Allied powers in both world wars, right there. And also another thing I noted about that because Germany had this weakness, or I mean had this. Germany had this great strength, their greatest weapons, and their greatest weakness. Alright, y'all? Because Germany greatest weakness is greatest strength is speed, you know. Germany greatest strength, alright? They always get prepared and attack very fast, you know, in both world wars, right there. But their weakness, you wanna know what the weakness is? Being halted. Alright, they both get halted by the Allies, right here. And they halted, their resources dwindle actually. If their resources dwindle, then Germany will have more problems of putting into the enemy line. right there, y'all. And that is a problem for the for the German army. All right, that's the problem because Germany is in the middle of Europe. You know, in between the Allied powers. You know, including that the fact that Germany been. What are you doing, dude? Oh crap. I was to see. Thank God I managed to get out of there before she attacked. Yeah, yeah, that's right, woman. That I would close to getting her. Yeah, Germany is very sneaky. You know, they're sneaky at attacking. All right, but however, when they get halted by the enemy line, their power, their military strength dwindles. All right, you gotta notice that, right? They always have. Their problem is if their forces stop, that means their resources will run out completely without any. If they stop, they will have problem of winning the war. You know, they don't like that. They can't handle being forced to fight in a stalemate either. That's why you saw the. That's why you saw multiple allies and multiple Germans begin to lose morale because of that. And when it comes to leadership, Germany leadership said like Adolf Hitler or Kaiser Wilhelm II, they are not great at planning things out because they're not as great at strategy. Yeah, that's right. They cannot finish their job. They can't finish it. Being stopped by any enemy will make them lose much of their fighting force and their choice to continue fighting in the war. Oh crap! That nubbit! Ah! They can't win. Like they can win the. They can start being good at the beginning, but not winning. Not finishing. All right, and that's why you see the German army. I mean Hitler and Kaiser Wilhelm II are not good at now they're not good at planning things out. You know, they're not great at strategy. How to they can win the war. You know, okay. Hitler thought that if he does plan things, he think that he going to win this battle, like doing like this strategy against the Allies. But however, you might guess it, the German officer do not believe that. Don't believe Hitler that. The problem is the German officers. They know that if they do this, they cannot break through the line or break through that position either at all. Or when it comes to reinforcement, they can't bring any reinforcement to their soldier too. Hitler wanted to paint, how that translates to being a general. Look, he's not good at being a general. The reason why he's not great at strategize in battle because he was a corporal in World War One, but not enough to become a great strategist at all. Okay, look what happened in the Battle of Berlin, the Battle of Stalingrad, the battle of in the other battle right there. Hold on. Okay. Here's another thing about that. Okay. Kaiser Wilhelm II. He thinks that he know what he's doing because he's the king of Germany. But however, even a royal leader like Kaiser Wilhelm never experienced combat before either. He doesn't know what's going on in the Western Front. All right, and also there are two common things that with the Germans in World War I and World War II, they start a operation that they thought they could win. All right, the final push against the Allies. All right, y'all. In World War I, the 100-Day Offensive and the Battle of the Bulge, two battles, with Germany decided to go on the final offensive in those world wars in order to break through the Allied lines. But however, you guys might want me to say it, but after those two battles became a failure. All right, both of the battles were a failure. Right after launching an operation, launching those kind of battle or operation against the Allies, which resulted of hundreds of thousands of their soldiers either killed or wounded in battle. All right, y'all. And also another thing about that, they drained both of their resources, their ammunition, their food supply against the Allies in the 100-Day Offensive and the Battle of the Bulge, which forced the German army back to the German border, being forced by the Allies, because the Allies, let me say this, the Allies had the offensive because the United States sent soldiers, resources to the Allies. All right, y'all, because we got like unlimited weapon supplies. We have unlimited stuff for our allies right there. All right. One second. And also, thanks to our preparedness right there. The preparedness as well. Also, with enough resources like bringing like armies, tanks, aircrafts and stuff. Now, Germany underestimated the American army, because Germany always had this problem, all right, when it comes to us Americans, okay? Germany thinks that we will not win against us. We will not win against Germany. Germany thought that we will lose to the German army because they have more well experience and stuff. But however, well experience doesn't mean that you will win the war. It depends on how many numbers of soldiers they have, how much resources they got, all right, and also what kind of technology that the U.S. Army has, okay. And when they fought the American army in both world wars, Germany underestimated us. They really do underestimate us every time we fight against them. All right, that's the only thing why we always win the war against them. All right, they underestimate us. They never think that we will not win against them. Okay, and also in World War II, Germany cannot replace their tanks or the stuff they have that they make in the war as well. So if they lose a tank, they cannot replace it All right. That's why it's hard for the Germans to supply themselves with new acquired tanks, acquire aircrafts, because they need to go to territories where they got which have more resources than Germany. All right, like oil, metal, like oil resources, right there. You all right? And Germany fought against, every time they tried to get resources, it became more difficult, and their supply line stretched thin too. Remember the Battle of Stalingrad? Hey guys, you know the Battle of Stalingrad, right? The bloodiest battle in human history. Let me tell you about that, because Germany failed to supply their soldiers and supply reinforcement right there. Because why? Because Germany had this problem of trying to do those things for their soldiers, and when Germany when the general of the German army in Stalingrad asked for reinforcement and stuff, Hitler always said they are promising that the resources and reinforcement will arrive, but never arrived. Because Germany, because the German soldiers are encircled by the Soviet Union. All right, they cannot break through. They cannot send help at all, and the officer knew that they cannot make it past the Soviet line. All right, and also when it comes to asking Hitler to surrender, he said no at all. Hitler refused that order for his soldiers to retreat or surrender. You know why? Because it would hurt their image, their leader, their strength in the name of Germany. All right. And so, what did Hitler do? He promoted the general to field marshal, but however, the reason why he did so because he wanted his general to fight till the last man standing, or take his own life. Yeah, Hitler wanted him to take his own life and make sure his soldiers fight till the last man standing. But here's the problem: the general of the German forces in the Stalingrad siege, it's Christian. He said to Hitler that he is Christian and he did not like taking his own life either. And what did the German officer do? He surrendered. All right, he surrendered rather let his men starve in the Stalingrad siege, and also he rather try to save many men as he can. To me, and also to Hitler, that was a disgrace, and also a biggest blow to the German forces, and how bad is Germany going to be in the rest of the war. All right. So speaking of the turning points of the war, another battle in where? Oh crap. Oh crap, everybody all over my butt. Holy crap, everybody, like everybody. Alright, see ya. Jeez, everybody went on my butt today. Like, we got 3 people attacking me right there. When it comes to another turning point of the war, the Battle of Midway. That was a battle that was disappointed the Japanese right there. Like, a biggest disappointing battle against the American army. Like, right after bombing of Pearl Harbor, Japan decided to take the like Japan started to take territories that would belong to the Allies, such as territories that belong to the British, the Dutch, and the American territories, so like the Philippines, Singapore, and other territories at that time, right there. And so after taking those territories, they decided to launch their plan on attacking. Where is it? Okay. I don't see the stick of truth anywhere. That was disappointing. And so what we do to the oh yeah. What the heck? I was shooting at him. How did he not even damage? Have you guys seen that? Did you guys see that? I was aiming at him so well, and then no damage after that. Hacker. He had to be a hacker. He had to use some sort of hack right there. Anyways, after attacking the territory that belonged to the Allies, you know what happens? We decided to bomb Tokyo, alright? In 1942, we decided to bomb Tokyo in the Operation Doolittle, right here, the Doolittle bombing, alright? And we bombed Tokyo factories and all their other places that where they produce weapons and stuff. They decided to try to take their revenge on us because we were close to bombing the Emperor Palace, alright? But however, guess what? They plan on attacking and invading Midway around 1942, alright? And so they thought they're going to have a surprise attack, but however, we were preparing for them because we cracked their code, alright? And so we launched out U.S. fleet against the Japanese forces. And what we do, we destroy all 4 of their Japanese aircraft carriers in the Battle of Midway, and also making Yamamoto mad because Yamamoto realized that battle right there is the turning point right there. Actually, hold on a second. That also made Yamamoto the admiral of the Japanese fleet. He realized that winning the war against America is impossible now because Battle of Midway proven that U.S. should not be messed with. All right, and Yamamoto saying his word that the word Yamamoto say about America, we woke up the sleepy giant right here, and that proved that Japan would basically not go win the fight against U.S. at all, and so that's why we decided. That's why we managed to beat the Japanese in every battle that they fought on, like Saipan, Okinawa, the Guantanamo Bays. All right, y'all. Holy crap! First player to get an elimination. I'm the first player, baby. See that, y'all? First player right there. You're asking about the not okay. So, but here's the problem for the United States. The U.S. try to realize that Japan had this strict code. Remember a couple minutes ago I talked about Germany against Japan when it comes to who would continue to fight even they were close to surrendering. I mean, who had the willingness to continue to fight? Well, Japan had this code, like a Japanese code, where code of honor that they need to fight until the end, right there. Fight till the last man standing. With Japan had that kind of strict thing right there, you know. Alright? And that why and all of that is one of the reasons why Japan never got invaded, you know, because Battle Okinawa have made a big point about what they're going to do if they do invade the like when it comes to like invading the mainland, the United States, the Soviet Union, and Britain all afraid of launching their attack on the main island of Japan because Japan would try to because all the people in Japan will fight to defend their homeland because imagine if you imagine the Allies did invade Japan, okay? Imagine that. You wanna know how? Imagine how many lives will be lost in the invasion. All right, millions of men, women, and children, hundreds of thousands of Allied soldiers, and millions of Japanese men and women and children. Because the Japanese army will make sure that all their civilians, all their children, and every elderly and soldier who are weak or not in a good shape to fight till the end, right there. And what the Allies do instead, they decided to drop the atomic bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima in 1945 in order to make the Allies make sure that Japan surrender. All right, with the Allies. Damn, no, I need some ammo. Okay. When it comes to like when you guys say about nuclear um areas, how you asked me about that, right? So the truth is the atomic bombs didn't have that much radiation in those. They didn't have that much nuclear radiation in the atomic bomb, which is why you see there's still people living in the um, cities like those right there. All right, and they're not enough radiation in those bombs at all. Okay. But however, the atomic bomb, all right. I mean, after that, we started to put more radiation in the bomb because why you didn't call it a nuclear bomb for? All right. Mm-hmm. Should I see what I'm about to do? Okay, what kind of weapon we got here? Oh crap! Where is that coming from? AR show. Holy crap, everybody on my butt. Okay, I got a sniper right there. Farewell, losers. Oh, sheesh. Oh, man, we got something good. Okay, I got the stick of truth, y'all, alright? Come on. I need to take it somewhere there. Holy crap. Yeah, the stick of truth! Like that? Holy crap! I am pinned down by these guys. These guys are pinning me down. Oh, come on! Of course this guy gonna have some sort of shotgun. Oh, gosh. 7. We're on round 7, y'all, right? Hold on, I need to use the bathroom. Of course I'd be a freaking blue robot, dude. Oh! Okay. Back, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to be focused, but however... Jeez, everybody like... Alright. Nothing. Alright. Oh, sweet, yes. Alright. Come on. Make this better. Come on. Come on. Okay, so. Oh. Oh, finally. Know the enemy and know yourself. 100-year battle. You will never be defeated. Do. Oh, thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate it. Dad, know that! Oh, come on! Of course, let's go! Uh, okay. Round 8, y'all. Round 8. 2 more rounds, y'all. 2 more rounds. We got this. Y'all, so let me talk about something else, alright? Something that makes you guys interest, alright? Thank you, Harper. I appreciate that. Another thing I want to say about the story, another story about it is that like there's another story I want to talk about is a what do you guys want me to talk about? Ask the question about what I want to talk about right here, y'all. All right, y'all. I don't like the waves at all. I can't stand the waves at all. I don't like it. Ah, the Vietnam War. Ugh. The Vietnam War. That war. That war was an embarrassment. I gotta tell you that. The war should have been. I felt like the Vietnam War itself would have done. I felt like U.S. should have done a better job of what they need to do in a situation like Vietnam. All right, like when you think about it, the Vietnam, the war in Vietnam was a complete disaster. All right. We mostly did the fighting right there. To tell you the truth, we've been mostly fighting. Been the one who. Let me tell you about Vietnam War. The Vietnam War, we could have done better. We could have been more prepared for the war itself. But, however, the things in Vietnam wasn't pretty. Okay, I can tell you that. Like the fight against the Viet Cong in the NVA. Ugh. They know their stuff right there, alright? It doesn't matter how many men they lose, as long as they try to break the U.S. Will to fight. Then it hurts, alright? It hurts a lot of Vietnam veterans, alright? Like, unlike the Vietnam War, unlike the Korean War or World War II, the Viet Cong had scared the crap out of the U.S. Army in battle, in combat. Really. Like, the Viet Cong and NVA are known for making booby traps, alright? Like, plan on trapping the U.S. soldier in any kind of trap right there, like landmine traps or bamboo traps. Yeah, they would make anything into a trap for the U.S. Army in the jungle. In the jungles, it's scary, you know. The jungle in Vietnam is like harsh climate, the hard terrain. They don't even know where the enemy is in the jungles. They hide underground, which is a big problem for the U.S. Army when they try to find the enemy, the NVA or the Viet Cong under the ground. They don't even know where the exit hole or other holes at all. Crap. Everybody attacking over here, like, huh. Not prepared, yeah. Better get my butt out of that area. Ah, punching sticks. Yeah, that are painful. You know that they put, like, crap onto their bamboo sticks? They put crap on the bamboo sticks, which could cause infection toward the person who got trapped in the booby traps right there, alright? It caused a lot of infection, I can tell you that for certainly. And also, they come in big numbers, alright? NVAs always come in bigger numbers, alright, when they attack in big combat right there. But even though that most of their soldiers are charging, like they're charging battle instead of trying to break it. Like the NVA know that they cannot break through the American lines in battle, including the spring of all the offensive that the Vietnam Army did. Alright, but even though they failed to win that offensive battle, but it made the U.S. Army paranoid of what could happen next. All right, y'all. It also led to public criticism in fighting in the war in Vietnam because what the U.S. Army been doing in the Vietnam War was terrible too. You know, like every time they go to a village, they demand for any NVA, any NVA in their village, but if they refuse, bad thing happen to that person as well. And then you got paranoia for the U.S. soldiers because every village they go is the same village they visit, and also there was a massacre that happened in that Vietnam War, which resulted of hundreds of Vietnamese people lost their lives in that massacre. And also, the U.S. Army tried to cover it up, but however, when the public heard about what happened in that incident, it made the whole entire U.S. Citizen go against the Vietnam War. All right, and all the things that what the U.S. did in the Vietnam War, it marked a very dangerous situation. It marked a very nightmare that U.S. feared the most. There's people turning against them when in the war, which resulted of U.S. withdrawing from Vietnam in 1975. All right, and also after we withdraw from the South Vietnam, even though we had trained the South Vietnamese army, like even though we trained the South Vietnamese army in the fight against the North Vietnamese army, but it wasn't enough, you know, because it turned out that, okay, where is it? Oh. Dang, Nubbin! Oh, great, yeah, great. I guess I'm going to be stuck on here for now, at least. So, anyways, after we withdraw and we thought that the South Vietnamese army are going to be prepared to fight the war against North Vietnam, but however, you know the story. The NBA invaded South Vietnam with speed and force right there, including the fact that the South Vietnamese army had quickly surrendered, or the truth is, they were not as trained that the U.S. thought they would be, because there's been a lot of corruption going on in the South Vietnam government, and also a lot of bad things that happened there. Like there've been multiple coups happen in the Vietnam government, and also many people have found out they didn't have as many soldiers serving the South Vietnamese army either. You know. Which became a big, huge problem for. Oh, come on! Really? Of course this guy going to have a... I don't like this guy. That's why I don't like that shotgun. That shotgun that I use, it's crap. It really is a crappy shotgun. Alright, y'all? Here, my advice, do not ever use that short shotgun ever. Because that shotgun is not the one. It's the worst shotgun that any other person would use in combat. when it also in close combat, it didn't even. It's a slow shotgun. It's much slower than other shotgun I ever used. All right, do not get that shotgun in Fortnite at all. Y'all don't need to get ready. Get y'all ready. Get the drink ready. All right, y'all. Okay, got it. Of course, another freaking rave. I hate the freaking wave thing, really. Not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable ride. It's slow. Alright, so yeah, and what happened? North Vietnam invaded South Vietnam and took over and made it into a communist nation. Even though after taking over South Vietnam and uniting Vietnam, but however, Vietnam didn't go in didn't have peace at all after taking over South Vietnam, because South Vietnam now become the communist Vietnam. That country went through a lot of conflicts after that, like Vietnam invasion of Cambodia overjoined the communist leader Pol Pot after that, and took over and made into a puppet state after this. And then after that, they had war with China, and they did one against the Chinese army and the Cambodian army. But however, the damage that they have been through a lot, caused their economy have problems. Hmm. I mean, it's sad to be a Vietnamese person. You live in Vietnam around the 1970s. Blue chat. I can see a blue chat in there. Ooh, purple shotgun. Sweet. Yeah. Okay, okay, good. Better. Alright, no one more around y'all, alright? Seriously. seriously. Oh. Ambusher. I got ambusher. I knew this guy gonna ambush me. This guy was playing on ambush me from the start. Bye bye, loser. This guy will plant. That right there is an ambusher. A guy that was waiting for somebody to attack you and waited. See, look. I holy freaking Quinn. See, look. See, look. This guy, Harley Quinn was an ambusher. Yeah, I won that. Okay, now I'm going to get that stuff that she dropped. Not worth it. Alright. Let's see what we got here. I pump shotgun? No. Not worth my time. What the heck is she has all those? Fine. Dang, every time I got this stick of truth. Alright. See? Here's my problem. These people are using this kind of technique. Ten people. I killed 9 people so far. 9 people. Ain't better, lady. So far I killed 11 people so far. 11 people are dead. Try to make sure nobody gets this area right there. Oi! Kenny! Oh, come on! Why do it keep on happening? Oh, I hate how people like them always have the advantage. Okay, one more round, y'all. One more freaking round. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. Alright, one more round, y'all. Okay. Ugh. I got that, y'all. Stupid robot characters. Ah, what? Now I gotta go back where I came from there. Oh no! Not my sniper! Oh god, I got a wrong gun. Oh, dag no, I don't have my sniper. I mean, my AR. Aha! Check this out, y'all. Here. Now this is a good advantage right here, y'all. Uh-huh. You stupid person. Okay, yep. Good enough, good enough. Tag Nubbin! People going to be fighting over here, y'all, okay? I put this over here so that way nobody, it's gonna be hard for people. Okay. Guys, I just made a biggest, it's gonna be painful for people to try to come over here. Oh crap. Oh, everybody went on my blood. Oh god. Cat woman. That no man. Alright, y'all. That was my last game. And now for y'all. Now for a cheer for everybody right here, everyone. Y'all ready? Thank you. Thank y'all for watching my video right here, everyone, okay? I appreciate everything, you guys. Maybe next time. Y'all ready? Now that is a chunk of the day right here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope y'all have a great day. Please subscribe to the channel, hit notification down below, and comment down below. And I see you guys next time right here. Peace out, y'all.